This is the Phillies Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Philadelphia Phillies. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, how about that? Now the Phillies can't help themselves but to hit with runners in scoring position. How about that? Welcome into Phillies Postcast. My name is Mark Farzetta. It's great to have you along for the ride. Connor Thomas has you covered each and every day with your Locked On Phillies daily podcast. I have you covered for your Locked On Phillies Postcast, and what a postcast this is to do, or has to do, after the Phillies had the awful, horrific, terrible, no good, very bad ending to last night's game. Phillies come out with a 13-run performance for the bats. Every starter got an RBI in this game. And Bryce Harper did something he's never done in his career. Kyle Schwarber came up with his 29th home run of the season, but really, I like to refer to this as the 29th home run pre-All-Star break. He's now got a series to hit 30 in the first unofficial half of the season. Love to see it all, but one of the best things today, one of the absolute best that I don't want to get lost when you see 13 runs, is I want to focus on the zero. Because Jesus Luzardo was the very good, elite, even Jesus Luzardo that we have seen for the vast majority of the season. That's what we saw from him today. Fastball, great. Sinker, great. He had movement on his slider. Everything that he was throwing today, and I feel like I'm almost a broken record talking about Christopher Sanchez for the most part, Ranger Suarez for the most part, Zach Wheeler for the most part. But Jesus Luzardo, there has been elite and terrible. There has been the extremely good and the very ugly. And today, you got that elite sauce from Jesus Luzardo. Absolutely blown away by his performance today. But if I had to go potentially with one guy...
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
187 batting average. 187 over the last 7 days. And then a little bit more than that. So it was about 162 over the last 9 days for Bryce Harper. That was his batting average coming into today. I told you guys last night that I was looking for little things here and there from him, whether it was a good swing through the zone, some hard contact, just hitting the wrong place, timing a fastball, little things like that. And there really wasn't much. The only thing I noticed from him, and I even said this last night, was like, look, I know there's an offer here, but when I look at his swing, it looks like it's returning to the speed that we're used to seeing it with Bryce Harper, almost a violence to the swing. Now, one of the key things the experts always tell you, the ex-ball players always tell you, is when you see a guy start hitting the ball to opposite field, watch out, because the timing is coming, baby. Bryce Harper, the home run he hit, which is great for a number of reasons. One, opposite field. All three doubles, opposite field. The first time in his major league career, he got 4 extra base hits, 3 doubles, 1 home run in a game. First time ever. Incredible. I liked T-Mac was making a big deal of it during the game, and that's certainly great. And Bryce Harper, I caught a little bit of him as I was loading up the studio and all that stuff. Just excited to have that accomplishment and have another notch in his stat sheet, I guess. It's great. But they always say when they are starting to hit the ball to the opposite way, that's when the timing is really starting to get down for him. And you saw that today from Bryce Harper. That timing was impeccable with the bat. He was great. He was just simply great, and it's a great thing. Now, here's what I was going to say about the home run. So it's been 9 games. I mean, people will make a big deal. It's like the first home run that he hit since June 9th, I think it was. So first home run since then. That when you've missed practically a month of baseball, that doesn't really faze me as much. It's really his first home run in 9 games, which if you go through the season, that's about the longest layoff that he had. 9 games here, 9 games there, 10 games here, 10 games there. So a home run every 9 games, unfortunately, has been par for the course at the worst for Bryce Harper. So him coming back from this injury, first home run actually, wait, that's not hitting my ears right. Since that Toronto series. June 3rd. It was the first, not June 9th, June 3rd. The 9 was sticking into my head because of how many games in between home runs it was for him at his worst. So 9 games between home runs with that long layoff and injury to come back from, I'm pretty happy about that. Now take it into San Diego and just keep on hitting. So if I had to go with one player of the game, Jesus Luzardo would be 1B. Bryce Harper would be 1A. Great to see him swinging the bat the way he was today. Now let's talk about that turning.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
You had JT Realmuto step up to the plate there in the second inning, got you the single. That was great. Bryce Harper got you the home run. All of a sudden, you're up 2-0. You see Jesus Luzardo's got the good stuff, but you still don't trust him all the way just yet. Sixth inning, the Phillies get another couple of runs. You're up 4-0. You're like, oh, okay, all right. Well, it was 3-1 last night going into the ninth inning, and I didn't really trust the bullpen as much. Even if Jesus Luzardo gives you 7, you still got to give the bullpen their time in this game. Can we get some insurance runs, please, and thank you? Well, how about this for insurance runs? 7 more runs in the 8th inning for the Phillies. By the time it was all said and done, they're up 11-0. And then, hey, even if you hate the bullpen more than anybody on planet Earth, you're going 11-0. I must admit, I feel kind of safe right now. This feels kind of great. And it was. Bryce Harper gets another double. Kyle Schwarber hits his 29th home run of the season. By the way, it is astonishing. So 29 home runs for Kyle Schwarber in the season. I believe 3 of them are off Scott Alexander. I believe 3 of them have come off because they faced him when he was at the Rockies 4 times, and then they faced him again today, I should say. All right. The more you can face Scott Alexander, the better, as far as I'm concerned. And he got that today. And Kyle Schwarber also went opposite field. A bit of a wall scraper to left center field, but he got it over the fence, and that's all that matters. 29th of the season. Fantastic. Bryce Harper steps up next. He just keeps the rally going. And all in all, this Phillies team was just ready to cook throughout the game. Marsh came up there, got the RBI ground out in the 9th inning. Actually, you know what? I got to go back to that inning there. That 7th. Hold on. That 8th inning. Harper got the double. Bohm walked. Yeah, but they weren't able to add any more runs after that. After it was 11-0, they added more runs later. In the 9th, 2 more in the 9th. Off Yastrzemski. Position player trying to take Kyle Schwarber's head off. Where's the retaliation, Phillies? Huh? Where's the retaliation? I'm kidding, of course. But what I think you'll be talking about tomorrow.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Yeah, you're going to be talking about Jesus Luzardo having the great stuff today, the elite stuff today. You're going to be talking about Bryce Harper, 4 hits in the game, a home run, the extra base hits, getting that swing back, getting that swing down. You're going to be talking about every starter getting an RBI in this one. And you're going to be talking about a game that you could look at later as the get-right game. 1 awful ending, a horrible stretch that included 1 for 26 with runners in scoring position. I mentioned that earlier as a thing that the Phillies just seem to be doing a lot of now. In this game, I should say. They had 6 hits with runners in scoring position today. They were 6 for 17. They left 8 men on base, but still scored 13 runs. That's pretty good. I kind of like that. So all in all, I think you're going to be talking about the offensive output from your Phillies, and I think you're also going to be talking about what Jesus Luzardo was able to do. By the way, I didn't even mention 7 innings, scoreless. 3 hits is the part I didn't mention. 1 walk is all he allowed. And here's one of the best numbers. When he's really had his good stuff, he's kept it for a long time. He's kept it for 100-plus pitches, 106 pitches tonight. He kept his good stuff. There was one small part with Jesus Luzardo that I'll mention that made me a little worried, a little concerned, and that was in the 2nd inning where he gave up the 1-out base knock to Flores. He walked Schmidt on a 10-pitch at bat. They have a mound conference. He comes out of that mound conference. Caleb Cotham comes out there. He strikes out Lee on the sweeper. He strikes out Matos on the fastball. Nothing to it. Absolutely nothing to it for Jesus Luzardo. In the 1st inning, he got his first strike against Adames with the slider. I mentioned the slider earlier was working. The fastball was working. The sweeper was working. Got Devers on a sweeper as well in the 3rd inning. 4th inning, he's still cooking pretty well here. Gave up another hit, this time to Flores. Able to get out of that 2-out base knock, a 3-2 count, by the way. a bad break on the ball by Castellanos in right field. I noticed today right field seemed a little bit difficult trying to pick up the baseball, not just for the Phillies, but for the Giants as well. And then he got Schmidt to ground out to short. 5th inning, Phillies had an opportunity to score early and get him some support. They didn't do that in the 5th, but it didn't matter. The bottom of the 5th inning, Jesus Luzardo is at 63 pitches. He gets Lee to fly out to right. Matos to strike out again, this time on a top of the head high fastball, a 1-2 high fastball that he just swings under and misses. And then he gets Kistner to ground out to first to end that inning. 6th inning, 1-2-3 inning for him. He's at 75 pitches. He gets through that one, no problem. 7th inning, gets through it again, just gives up nothing and cruises through that one. Started the inning at 92 pitches, 14 pitches in the 7th inning, and still popping the mitt, 95, 96 mile per hour. You love to see it. When we come back, we'll take your comments on this game. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast on the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. You guys have heard me talking about open phone before. If you're running a small business, you know, every missed call is money left on the table. Think about the last time you had a severe emergency. Think about it. Did you just sit there and wait while you were running your business for someone to solve the problem? No, you kept calling. Who's got the solution? Open Phone realizes that missed call is missed cash. Open Phone is the #1 business phone system that helps you streamline and scale customer communication, all from an app on your phone or computer. You juggle 2 phones just to keep the business and personal calls separate? Open Phone will solve that instantly. Open Phone is offering Locked On Phillies Postcast listeners and viewers 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/lockedonmlb. That is 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/lockedonmlb. That's openphone.com/lockedonmlb. And if you have existing numbers with another service, Open Phone will port them over at no extra charge. Open Phone, no missed calls, no missed customers. And how about FanDuel? You want to get in on the action with FanDuel? Maybe you're betting Jesus Luzardo over 6 innings in a game. Maybe Bryce Harper over 2 base knocks in a game. What a hit tonight on FanDuel. Summer sports in full swing, pun intended. And whether you're all about baseball under the lights, golf on the green, maybe even a little high-stakes soccer action, FanDuel is the best way to make every game even more exciting. You ready? Oh, you're ready to make it that much more exciting? While your friends are getting sunburned on the beach, for instance, you could be making yourself some cash on the FanDuel app. Been using FanDuel to track my favorite matchups. The apps keep getting it fresh every single day with daily promotions and fun ways to bet. An easy-to-use app and fast to pay out. Music to my ears. New to FanDuel, new customers can bet $5. That's right, bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today or visit FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com. Let's see what you guys have to say about this one today for the Phillies. Jess Patrick, all 3 games of the series were winnable. Let's take that back to the bank. Let's do it. After the All-Star break, it's something else, by the way, that I really love about this. That reminded me. Jess, you're exactly right. All these games were winnable. Jesus Luzardo pitching this game before the All-Star break, whether it's a 17-run performance, whether it's 20 runs in 2 games, whether it's just getting, losing your arm slot or tipping pitches, he gets to go through the next week and a half of, I am pretty good at this. Get that rest, man. Get that rest. Imagine Lazardo, Suarez, Wheeler, and Sanchez just doing what they pretty much were all doing in the second month of the season, because you didn't have Suarez for a while there. But imagine all those guys clicking at the same time. And then imagine your hitters going over 26 when ours in scoring position. I'm kidding. But I'm not. We all know I'm not. Polar Buck, 13-0, huh? You know what that means, right? No runs for days. We're right there with you. Polar Buck, we're all there with you. Luis Dario, hello. Looks like Stella got a groove back. My MV3. Harper got her groove back. Evelyn, hello. Go on with your bad self, Harper. Great to see Was Kevin Long off today? Laugh out loud. More of this offense, please. Okay. Kevin Long had a day off. 13 runs. No way. He did not have the day off, for the record. Joel, what's up, Joel? What a game. Luzardo was great. Harper was fantastic, and the rest of the offense did a great job as well. We know they can play like this. Would love to see it more often. I agree. And on top of this, by the way, the Mets were idle today, so the Phillies are back in first place by half game. Scenario: Phillies bats and Zeus made this a bullpen-proof game. Evelyn, Farzy, did you pass out at a shock? No. You know what I did have to do, though? Which is why I was a little late getting started. I was on remote today. I had to go to a, what would you call it? I had to go to an event for inner city kids, and Zach Ertz was there. Brandon Graham was there. Connor Barnum was there. I didn't get a chance to catch up with Connor, but I talked to Zach Ertz. I talked to Brandon Graham, and it was great. So I had to take the camera out of the studio on location. So I had to set that up, and it wasn't right. It just wasn't right. And on top of that, of course, when it rains, it pours. Computer issue as well to start things off. Joel Hogan, fans and players needed that after how devastating last night was. I absolutely agree with you. Philly said if 3 wasn't enough, we'll try 13, says Schneid, 425. Avery Little, whatever. We won't score. See, I knew this was coming. We won't score 1 run the next game. It's either feast or famine this year. 2 runs max on Friday, says Bradley. I'm not disagreeing with you. Avery Little, I like your optimism, Bradley. 2 whole runs after this. Robert, hello, Robert. My only concern with Lazardo's performance today with regards to his future starts is him facing only 5 batters from the stretch. Hopefully he has put the issue behind him. That's a good point. That's control from the stretch. That's a really good point. That's one of the things I really liked about the mound conference with Caleb Coughlin coming out to the mound, because look, I can't study the film like these guys study the film. These guys are professionals. It's one line I try not to cross. Talking like I'm a player, you know, I really try not to cross that line, but for something like that, I trust what they're doing. And Caleb Coughlin came right out. He walked a guy, struggled on a 10-pitch at bat, couldn't get that put away pitch. And Caleb Coughlin says, like, hey, remember the thing? Don't do the thing. Okay. All right, great. And then after that, 2 strikeouts. Oh, and after that also 6 more innings. David, do it for the run differential. There you go. Do it for the run differential. Hey, look, this was obviously a fantastic Phillies win. There was a lot I liked about it. They took advantage of opportunities. Like, one of the things that always makes me feel good is when another team is willing to give you outs. Like Chapman, for instance, who's a 3-time Gold Glover. He makes 2 errors in the game at third base. One was a throwing error that I thought they could have picked at first, but they didn't. But they took advantage of that opportunity, and they put runners in scoring position. So for me, or that was in the second inning, and they weren't able to take advantage. No, that was the first run of the game. That was JT Realmuto's RBI single, excuse me. So they took advantage of that opportunity. Later in the game, Harper works a 3-1 count off Justin Verlander. He gets the home run. Fastball, middle to outer half of the plate, and he puts a great swing on it. You're up 2-0. Then Harper leads off the 6th with a double. Castellanos comes up there after a wild pitch. Harper moves the 3rd. Casty brings him in with the RBI single to left field on a 3-2 slider. That was another thing. The 3-2 slider away in the 6th inning. 2-0 game at this point. It's 3-2 to Nick Castellanos. Nick Castellanos, what do we always want him to do? Lay off those sliders away, those 3-2 pitches outside the zone that he couldn't catch with a fishing pole and couldn't reach with a fishing pole. He got that pitch, and he hit that pitch. Not only did that, he pulled that pitch into left field for the base knock. Part of me was like, no. Now he's going to think he can always do it. But great coverage, great plate coverage, even off the plate. Great. He's a righty. Great left-handed batter's box coverage, Nick Castellanos. Kepler also came out there with a sacrifice fly RBI, so that was great. Took advantage of it. 8th inning, of course, that's when the floodgates opened, and it was a sight for sore eyes for this Phillies team. Here's what they got next. Phillies are now off tomorrow. They're back at it for a weekend series with the San Diego Padres starting Friday. This will be their last series, obviously, before the All-Star break. They start at 9:40 tomorrow night. Ranger Suarez looking to get the start and improve to 8-2. The Padres have yet to name a starter. The Padres, as the Phillies have 54 wins on the season. Padres have 49 wins on the season. They have a game tonight, a rubber match against the Arizona Diamondbacks, as the San Diego Padres have not won back-to-back games in quite some time. And by the way, the last time they won back-to-back games was June 24th and 25th, and it was against the Nationals. So does that even count? No. Phillies hoping to take advantage of the struggles of San Diego. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You guys are great as per usual. We'll be back with you guys on Friday. How about that? Graham Francis, am I dreaming? Is that a real score? Oh, it's real, baby. Oh, it's real. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast on the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe on Locked On Phillies. Connor Thomas has you covered each and every day for your Locked On Phillies daily podcast. I have you covered for your Locked On Phillies Postcast. Also, I have you for your Locked On 76ers daily podcast with Keith Pompey and I breaking it all down when it comes to your 76ers. Speaking of other podcasts I do for Locked On Sports, Locked On Eagles Squad show. No show tomorrow at noon. Show's been moved to Friday. So I'll be breaking it down with you guys right there with Louis DiBiase, Harry Mays, and Jason Martinez. Like and subscribe to just everything Locked On. Do yourself a favor. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. I'm Mark Farzetta. See ya.